Hello everyone, welcome back to another art time lapse. Today I am doing just some fun pieces inspired from the various Studio Ghibli movies. I was thinking of doing some pieces maybe for keychains or washi tape or lanyards, but needed something to go off from and just thought it'll be fun to start off fresh and just like do various little pieces and like not worry too much about like what I plan on doing with them just yet. I don't know if that's like the best way to go about it, but like certainly I really enjoy the process and I thought it was a lot more fun when I paint without intention sometimes. I don't know about you guys if you feel the same way too. Sometimes it's just less pressured and sometimes you do your best art when you're just doodling on, let's say, a napkin or a scrap piece of paper as opposed to this fancy piece of watercolor paper that you just feel like a lot of pressure approaching. So today I'm just gonna do a piece for fun without like very clear intentions, with the premises that I want to do it more like Studio Ghibli theme, which are some of the animes and movies that really bring joy to me. So it brings me a smile when I draw some of these characters. Hopefully you enjoyed this art time lapse of just relaxing and painting. Here I'm starting off with some characters that I'm very familiar with and I just absolutely love. I have like my blue Totoro, my regular Totoro, and also Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle, which has like a special place in my heart because I think it's just like there's just so much, it's just so full of like different things. Of course, I also want to include suit sprites, which are like, they're like the gold standard character that seems to like be relevant in almost all of the Studio Ghibli movies, at least later on. And then I want to do a white Totoro, but I was thinking like, how would it look if it's white? I do need to give it a little bit of color, so I decided to give it like a little bit of like sky blue and some translucent greens to kind of blend with it to show the shadows of the white Totoro. So far I'm having like a string of little characters. Almost feel like I can probably make a lanyard on washi tape out of it. So far I've been looking into like making art more functional. I find that a lot of times I make prints out of my artwork because it's just like makes sense to me, right? Because like I paint on a watercolor piece of paper, I make a duplication of it, it's a print, it's like same medium. But nowadays I'm thinking like we only have like so much wall space in our homes, and we want to fill it with photos of our families, our loved ones, as well as like pictures and drawings that we like. And there's only so much space. So I'm thinking like, how can I make artwork integrate into like our daily lives to make it a little bit more functional? So I'm thinking like items like washi tape. If you were to mail off a piece of letter to a good friend and you just want to share like a little bit like bite side of art and integrate into it, I think that will be a great option. Another thing is like lanyards. I find that when I go volunteering or my conventions or sometime at work, I always need a lanyard. So I figure I'm like, why not carry something that I love that will bring joy with me wherever I go? And it's not like I can carry an art print with me everywhere I go. So I thought that like doing some washi tape, some lanyards will be a great way to start. And it's also a great way to start a conversation with people if like other people sees that lanyard and go like, oh my gosh, I love that movie, I love that anime. And you start a conversation with someone that you normally wouldn't talk to, and you make that connection. Sometimes those are just like really nice like lights in the day, like little blinks of lights in the day. I don't know how to say it, like sprinkles of like glittery lights. So I'm hoping that is my intention for my art pieces, to create connection and like help people like bring a splash of light to their day. So I'm hoping this will turn out well. Anyways, I also love the idea of like functional art because like I know a lot of people are going more minimalistic nowadays where they just don't want too much clutter in their home, so they have like really good intentions of everything they purchase. So I'm hoping my artwork could be something that is intentional and useful and artistic at the same time. What do you guys think about the concept of this, of creating like functional art? What do you encounter on a regular basis that you think is also functional art that you can perhaps personalize and make it your own? I certainly see a lot of people making pins and also like They also make stickers of their artwork, which can be put like on water bottles or their laptops to make it a little bit different, a little bit unique to their own. And I really like that. So I've been trying to reach out to other ways that people can utilize and interact with that artwork. So here on the top you can see I started off with like a cloud theme because I love things that are more dreamscape, dreamy and whimsical, and I automatically gravitated towards the idea of clouds. So I'm like coloring these clouds as like a strip, so I think it could be a washi tape, and then I'm just adding on these little characters on the side, on the top here. So never done washi tape before. I'm not sure how long the sample strip would be or should be before they duplicate, but I think it will be fun to try out. So now that I've done like this horizontal strip, now I'm thinking of like, what if this washi tape was like a like vertical, instead of like landscape, it'll be like a portrait kind of strip. So I'm doing a totem pole of all the Studio Ghibli characters, and I thought that would be really fun. Now whether this perhaps could be a good lanyard item. So far, like, I'm just really playing around. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's just kind of nice to kind of step outside my normal trend where I usually just do one large portrait of like a Studio Ghibli landscape and adding the characters aside. Now it's really focused on the characters itself rather than just the landscape in the background. So here, doing each character, you'll see that like I'm slowing it down so you can see the process of how long it takes for me to do each of these pieces, and even slowing it down. Actually, I am speeding it up by like 30% or so, because I don't know if you guys will get bored of me painting really slowly. And also, like, besides the painting process, there's also time where you have to wait for the paint to dry before adding in the next layer. So altogether, I believe like this entire page of artwork, which is like roughly around 5 inches by 7 inches, or maybe a little bit bigger, maybe like 7 by 10. It's not like a super large piece of paper. Of course, I did this in multiple sittings. It wasn't just like sitting down and doing this all in one go, which gave me a little bit of time to brainstorm and think in between how I want to go with the piece. So I like the flexibility of that, of like starting something, putting it down and coming back to it, and not necessarily feeling pressured that I need to finish everything all in one go. So here you can see this like totem pole of like all the Studio Ghibli characters. It's actually coming out quite nicely. I was making up as I was going along like what kind of characters I would like to integrate into this like horizontal pole of all the characters, and I think it came out actually nicer than I expected. Now I challenge you, if you're gonna do like a washi tape or a total pole of characters, what kind of characters would you include? What is your favorite anime or story? Like, I imagine I really like Alice in Wonderland, so I can probably do a whole Alice in Wonderland series, and that would be absolutely beautiful. So I would love to hear from you in the comments below. If you are to do something similar or do your own design for your washi tape, what would your dream design be? This could be a great weekend project if you're looking to do an art theme and just trying to get an idea for what to paint or what to draw, to kind of figure out what kind of design you would like for your washi tape or for your lanyard if you're going to be designing one of your own. So I hope you've been enjoying these art time lapses. Like always, if you like the content on this channel, I'll appreciate it very much if you consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for considering. And then for here, I'm just gonna wrap up with some closer look at some of my detailed artwork as I add in some archival white ink with my Sakura jelly roll to make the characters pop a little bit more. Overall, I had such a great long weekend painting these various characters in Studio Ghibli. Hopefully you'll be able to see some of them coming up in some of my washi tape or lanyard or keychains or other products. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this video of Studio Ghibli fan art, just drawing for the fun of it. Hopefully I'll see you in another video. Take care and stay creative, everyone. Bye for now.